chapter of Expected and Excited by Arctic Vulpix. In the last chapter, Toby accidentally, I believe, hurt Ruby, so I believe she's got a broken arm or shoulder or something. So she's got to the hospital, and we're now dealing with Hedy having a conversation with the original Anarchine. So, if you would like to follow along, chapter link will be in the description below as always. Let's get started. Chapter 44, Lecture. Bonnie started when he realized that she was looking his way as he checked on Foxy. His ears fell back, but he focused on his friend. He mumbled something to herself he couldn't hear. Do you know how long it might take for him to wake up? She asked. She really didn't want to have this conversation. They glared at her. No, it varies, Freddie answered in a clipped tone. Oh, he said, looking down. Does it hurt? Their glare was enough of an answer. He's going to have a nasty headache, Freddie said stiffly. Sorry, he said sincerely. I wasn't sure what else to do. He was going to kill Toby. He deserved it, Bonnie muttered softly. Ruby didn't do anything. He glared. And here I was starting to think you were the ones who didn't want to kill anyone, she said softly, but with an undercurrent of sharpness. Guess I was a fool. Freddie matched her glare while Bonnie looked kind of panicky. Excuse us for being protective of the girl who freed us and came around often as a child. He snapped. I'm not blaming you for being protective, Hedy bit back. That's a good thing. I'm mad at you for thinking it's okay to kill someone so easily in anger. You sound just like Puppet. That's revenge you're talking about, not justice. I would have actually been fine with Foxy beating up. It would hurt, but he sure would learn never to hit a human again. But I'm not going to stand by and let my charge be killed because he's made bad choices that I think he can still come back from. That led to a glare between the two. The bots seemed unwilling to back down, and Hedy wasn't about to either. Maggold watched everything nervously. We'll do whatever it takes to protect those we care about, no matter what it is, Freddie told her coldly. She's the first to believe in us in a long time. I don't particularly care what you think, Mechanic. Well, get in line, Freddie, because you're not the first to say that to me, and you're not going to be the last. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm wrong, Hedy countered, squashing her fear with extreme prejudice. And you're not the only one who's willing to protect those close to them. I'm a cripple, if you didn't notice. I'll never be able to walk again, and I can't defend myself except with a stupid flashlight if you want to hurt me. But I don't like to sit here and argue with the ones who killed my uncle. How much does that tell you about how far I'll go to protect my friends? Freddie pulled back in shock at the statement. Uncle? His face scrunched up in confusion. They ever seemed just as confused as he did. Hedy flinched for the first time in the whole argument. Mangle let out a surprised whimper. Yeah, she said through gritted teeth. She looked up at the ceiling, using gravity to keep her already watering eyes from betraying her fervor. Please don't let her start crying. Not now. He was here for years, so I'm sure you knew him. He made the phone calls, she forced herself to say. Their confused looks changed to horror after a moment. Those clearly weren't half the memories they were remembering. You just got me? She whimpered shakily and stepped back, forgetting her rising anger for the moment. He continued to stare at the ceiling and didn't react when Mangle came to stand worriedly next to her, glancing up at the originals with a flash of glare. The boss shuddered at the memory. They had been so upset to realize that he was finally dead. Yeah, I am, she murmured, closing her eyes. She didn't even notice Fox's staring at first. Bonnie noticed but panicked, not knowing what to do. The others were too deep in shock to notice. Ow! Where's that mechanic? Foxy snarled, his face still on the floor. Hedy jerked and glanced down at him in surprise. The bots looked at him with worry, still relatively distracted by the horrible new information. "How are you feeling, Foxy?" Freddie asked, quieter than he was when speaking to Hedy. He continued to stare at Hedy, who was looking a little pale. "Like the last hit in the head," Foxy growled. He shook his head painfully and pushed himself up. "Then I got run over by a truck." He looked up to see the mechanic backing up slightly and glared, his eyes varying to bright orange slits. "You." He surged to his feet, stumbling slightly while Bonnie grabbed his arm to steady him. He flinched again, but her hand ghosted towards her bag, but she didn't open it yet. Foxy smiled mildly and took a step towards her to give her a piece of his mind, only to be suddenly blocked by his toy version. Maggie glared and growled viciously, holding out her hand in a stop position and baring her shiny silver teeth. Maggie was only a little taller than Toby, so there was still a size difference between her and the older fox. Foxy smiled at Maggie before shifting his eyes to Hedy. "What's up, Foxy?" Goldie murmured in a subdued voice. "Lily's already got to get fixed up." The fox didn't seem satisfied. "I hate that bastard like freight mechanic." He snarled even more. He swallowed. I She got her voice under control and tried again. I I know. She stilled her nerves and looked me straight in the eye. "But if I ever feel like I have to choose between making energy mad and keeping you from killing me or anyone else, then I'd rather take the consequences of you being angry at me." She was doing an okay job of pushing it down, but that didn't stop the flash of terror from creeping in behind her eyes. Foxy snarled again. He seemed furious, but Freddie caught his arm. "Go cool off, Foxy," he mumbled. The Foxy stared at Hedy glare again before storming off, slamming the door open on his way. Hedy let out a shaky breath she didn't know she had been holding. Freddie threw a glare at Hedy, though. "He's going to be glitchy for days," he muttered. "Hey, this game at the old place must have really sucked with that, on top of everything else," he said softly. "I know it hurts you, but I still feel a little better knowing. The night guard just had something. Sorry." Freddie just turned away and started ushering the others out. He seemed to be the first to recover. Goldie went after Foxy, looking concerned. Bonnie kept glancing at Hedy with more fear than usual. "He?" They looked over to see Toy Chica leaning in the doorway. The small chicken didn't say anything else. Hedy nodded, understanding. Toby was awake. "I'll be there in a minute." Maggie looked at Hedy worriedly. She could relax now that the others were gone. Hedy met her eyes and smiled softly. "Thanks, Mag. But you didn't need to do that." Maggie rolled her yellow eyes and clicked her teeth together sharply. She sighed softly. "Yeah, right. You okay?" Hedy washed her hands and nodded. "I think I'll be fine. Stay here, okay? I need to talk to Toby alone." "You too, G." But she could mumble something that he couldn't quite catch. "What was that?" Toychica looked up angrily. "That piece of scrap needs to pay for hurting Toby." He eyed her sternly. "Don't you dare try anything, she snapped. "You'll only make things worse. Toby shouldn't have hurt Ruby." "Was it buzzing them?" "No, but Toby did something bad, and he needs to be responsible for that. And Foxy needs to be responsible for how he reacted. And you need to be completely responsible for what you decide to do next. You can't blame someone else for how you react to them." "You heard what the night guard said," Percy muttered. "Yeah," he said, "but everyone still reacted poorly. Stay here, Chief. I mean it." With that, she rolled past the chicken. When he was gone, Toy Chico turned to Mag. "Have you ever noticed that he acts like our mom sometimes?" Toy Chico said sadly. "It's really annoying." Randall didn't even hear Toy Chica. All she could focus on was the shocking new information he had inadvertently smacked her with. None of the toys knew anything about Heath's family, let alone that the small guy was part of it, or that he had any kind of connection with the pizzeria in the first place. Setting aside that little tidbit for a moment, until she could fully process it, Bagel didn't even know he was dead. He did cross her mind a few times, but she simply assumed he had quit soon after she and the others were scrapped. But he was dead, stuffed by the originals, obviously, and he had been hiding that she knew the truth for some time. Worst of all, Michael had never seen Hedy even come close to crying before. Crying and he didn't belong in the same sentence. Michael was glad the others hadn't seen that. It made her feel completely terrible. Michael continued to stare at the door through which her mechanic friend had disappeared, as the toy teacher gave up trying to get her attention and sat on the floor with a frustrated huff. What else was Hedy hiding? Toby seemed to be overly shocked now, and was instead angry now. Teddy was keeping him in the room, but obviously getting increasingly annoyed with him. Hope that she gave that fox glitches for months, he snapped in irritation as she entered. When he saw Hedy, he pouted, still not happy that she had knocked him out, too. Teddy, could you go wait with the girls, please? Hedy asked. Teddy left eagerly, sick of listening to Toby. What did you knock me out for? Toby asked indignantly. Hold on. Indignantly when he was gone. He winced as he tried to shift his position. Foxy really did a number on him. Metal was torn from his chest, looking vaguely like an open can of sardines. One arm had completely fallen off with wires sprouting out. His paint was scratched up everywhere, and one leg looked like it shouldn't be stood on. He had tried to leave and argue with Teddy, but standing on that leg made it crumble a little, and he had fallen at Teddy. So here he was, sitting on the floor, battered or broken, with a nasty headache. Oh, and bite marks on his neck casing. He looked at him in deadpan. You would have made it worse. I needed everyone to calm down, and you would have made someone else mad at you. That angry fox attacked me, Toby cried out. He should get scrapped for this. Because he wasn't able to protect someone close to him from getting hurt by you. You hurt Ruby, and he got mad that you let it happen, so he took it out on you, he said. Huh, Toby looked away. The fox overreacted. Yep, and that's his fault. But you overreacted too, he pointed out. She took her bag off her wheelchair and set it down next to Toby. You broke Ruby's arm, Toby. He moved her chair around to the right position before carefully sliding out of it to sit next to Toby on the floor so that she could reach him. Not like it's life-threatening, he muttered. It'll heal. She was asking for it. You never learn, he sighed. It doesn't matter if it's life-threatening or not. It isn't right to hurt people. Why am I even talking about stuffing knife guards in shoes right now? Humans are fragile, Toby. When you get hurt, I can just fix it or replace it. It only takes as much time as I'm able to spend energy working. It's much more difficult to heal a human. You don't seem to understand how physically dangerous it is for me or Ruby to work here. That's not even because of the kids. Tonight was a case in point. Toby huffed. He didn't like getting lectured. Why should I care? The night guard is annoying and keeps poking her nose where it doesn't belong. There was no remorse in his voice, and he still seemed more focused on the fact that Foxy had attacked him. He shook her head. She needed to get through to him. You should care, because if she had actually ducked like you thought she would, you would have hit me, and you would have killed me. His eyes widened at the thought, stoling out. I, that's not, I wouldn't. He struggled with words, mind wrapping around this scenario. It's just been so bad at the night guard, acting concerned over nails. Who do you think she was? She wasn't Hedy who actually cared, but he could have hurt Hedy. He quietly watched him as she let him struggle with that possibility. But if she didn't interfere in the first place, then it wouldn't be a problem, he said, a bit weakly. He was used to blaming others if something happened, so it was his default move. It was a problem with Toy Chica as well, and one that she hadn't gotten them to stop yet. So it would have been her fault you killed me, Hedy asked with a raised eyebrow as she got out a screwdriver and worked on removing his chest plating. It was too damaged to fix properly, so she needed to replace it later. He was going to have to be out of order for the rest of the week. His mouth opened and closed for a moment as he struggled with the question. But it's none of her business. It was none of her business. Who is she to pretend to care about Mangles now? He asked in frustration. She's a night guard. It, it's not right. It's not really actions that have consequences, Toby. It's decisions. Things could have gone very differently if Ruby hadn't decided that she actually cared what happened with Max. She might have ducked instead of focused on Max, and I would be dead because you couldn't control your anger. So she didn't duck, because at that moment, she decided that helping me with Max was more important than her own surroundings. Toby, she's not pretending to care, and her being the night guard is no reason to think she is. He frowned. But the night guards are there to stop us. That's how things are, he said. The toy's world was far too black and white to understand these concepts. Toby especially dealt with a them and us mindset. That's only how you believe they are, Toby, he said. Put on our glasses to work on Toby's broken fingers. Every night guard has been a different person, with a different past, different decisions, and different reasons for being here. You have to check what you believe against truth, and if what you believe causes pain, then maybe it's time to reevaluate. The rabbit was silent, looking away stubbornly. Ruby's not a bad kid, Toby. Neither are you, though you seem determined to prove me wrong a lot, he said with a small smile. He just huffed in annoyance, though she had given him a lot to think about. Okay, you should be able to stand on your leg if you don't strain it too much. Help me up? He did just that, since he really didn't want to be knocked out again, and her patience had been tested too much already tonight. I would suggest avoiding Foxy or Ruby until you're ready to apologize to her. I don't need two Mangles to worry about, she muttered as she rolled away, leaving him to think. And that's the end of chapter 44. So, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Go leave a review. You don't need an account. It just means the author can't respond to you. So, we're done here. And be sure to subscribe as well. I upload new videos every Friday and Saturday. And I'll see you guys next Friday with a video. Or, I guess, Saturday, tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow with a new video.